Gets it to Weegar, shoots well wide. And the puck ricochets out to center ice. Sherwood is there. Here's O'Connor to Sherwood. In on the right wing. Kiefer Sherwood shoots, scores! And the puck slid off his stick as he tried to shoot it, but he gets it again. Nice move to the middle. Hedl on the backhand, puts it on the forehand. Blocked, oh, that hit Paul. Hedl scores on the rebound. With Paul down, Hedl put it home. Flames are motioning to get help for the defenseman. As the Canucks go up 2-0, I don't think play was whistled down right. Stays 2-0 Canucks. Now Baines intercepts, lead feed, breakaway, Hedl in, Deeds scores! His second of the period. And Philip Hedl makes it 3-0 Canucks. For Connor Garland, nice move on Hanlon. Garland on the backhand, puts one behind for Kane. To the middle, score! Lecker-Mackey. On the stick, off the stick, the setup from Evander Kane, and Lecker-Mackey makes it 4-0. Elias Pettersson in over the Calgary line. Besser takes the drop pass, he shoots, he scores!
Brusk inside, and that was a good look, and then a ring off the bar on a deflection. So the Canucks come out buzzing. Here's Besser, shot, and he scores! And less than a minute into the third period, the Canucks, who got 4 in the third to beat Calgary, have cut the lead in half. Brock Besser.
Had to slide it right back to Ratu. Beams. Bouncing puck down low. Sherwood a backhand and he scores! Kiefer Sherwood had a career high 19 last year, and he has 2 this season. 2 of the 3 St. Louis goals today. Shen has the other. Has to follow right between the wickets. Sherwood looking to break. Kiefer Sherwood will break. Short-handed in the clear, and he scores! Kiefer Sherwood at it again. A short-handed goal to get Vancouver within 1.
Phil Hronek. And Evander Kane winds up with the puck, launches one ahead towards Hedl, trying to get behind the defense. He's in. Hedl scores! Philip Hedl able to corral that puck that was launched forward by Evander Kane. And Hedl in alone onto Smith. Gets the Canucks on the board. Canucks looking for the equalizing goal. Dozen seconds to go in the power play. Hughes makes a move to the left. Puts one in front. Tipped in. Brock Besser on the redirect from Hughes. And Besser's tied the game with 7 seconds to go in the Vancouver power play. Kane couldn't handle his pass. Myers gets the loose puck ahead, and here's Sasson cutting in. Max Sasson scores! 3 in a row for the Canucks. Sasson with his first of the year, and Vancouver leads 3-2. Blackwell deep in his own zone. Gets away from Pettersson, gives it away. Garland to the backhand, scores! What a move! A steal and a goal in the backhand. And Connor Garland, with 66 seconds to go in the second period, makes it 4-2 Canucks. 40 seconds left. Quinn Hughes, there goes to Smith to the bench. Hughes to the empty net, scores! Quinn Hughes has his first of the year from inside his own blue line. As he looked and saw DeSmith making a beeline for the bench, and he put it in the empty net to make it 5-3 Canucks. Besser steps in on the right wing. Passes back for Hughes, had to reach, but he's able to keep it in. Now down low, Garland centers the puck. DeBrusk is there, jamming away, scores! Jake DeBrusk kept after that puck. I don't know how many whacks he had at it, but he's able to get it behind Spencer Knight. And the Canucks have a power play goal to make it 2-1. Baines knocked to the ice. Here's Carlson across, Hronek alone, centers, they score! Max Sasson able to tap it home from the crease. He's got goals in back-to-back games. He's scored in both his games this year, and the Canucks have pulled level at 2. Brock Besser, his chance to win it. Scores! Kevin Lankinen at one end, Brock Besser at the other. And the Canucks are 2 for 2 to start this trip. Both games trailing 2-0 after 1.
Denny Marouk, our buddy there. And since it's alumni weekend, why not mention Dennis? And Tom, if he gets one, we'll pass him in the goal-scoring department.
Snapshot score, just like that. Elias Pettersson picks the corner.
That's his first goal of the year. They expect huge numbers from him. Last year, down here, 22-23 at 102 points. That was a roof rocket.
And he sends Heedlin towards the net. Deep, stopped by Lindgren, and he's able to cover the puck. Is he still loose, they say? There it is. Myers shoots, and he scores. Tyler Myers waited for that puck to come free. Capitals are arguing that the whistle should have sounded. And sends it to the blue line to Hughes. Kiefer Sherwood getting some first power play time here as Garland puts on a roll, and Sherwood scores! Replacing Brock Besser on the first unit power play. Kiefer Sherwood, Johnny on the spot to jam that one home. And the Canucks on the road in Washington lead 3-0. Evander Kane tried to go through the defense, and taking the puck away was Chychrun. Stays in the Washington zone. Kane kicks it free, and a shot, score! Teddy Bluger set up by Evander Kane. And Bluger in his second game of the year has his first goal to make it 4-0.
Sullivan coach Penguins. Everything was in your face, up ice, hurry hard, that sort of thing.
Here's Connor Garland with a step on the right wing. He shoots, he scores! Connor Garland on the first shot of the game. A minute 18 in. And the Canucks lead 1-0 over Archer Shilovs and the Penguins. And now Carlson emerges with the puck. Elias Pettersson would like to get off the ice here, and he'll be able to as Sasson brings it in. Cutting it on goal. Max Sasson scores! His third of the year. Max Sasson ties the game with 8:11 to go in the second. As the Pettersson line, not against the Suzuki line this shift, they'll look to take advantage. Pettersson drop pass. Hronek cuts wide. Centers Pettersson and scores! Turning with it, watched by Evans, feeds down low to DeBrusk, back up to Pettersson, here's Hughes, slap shot, scores! I think Jake DeBrusk might have tipped it, and after the Canadiens came oh so close short-handed, the Canucks doubled their lead on the power play. Along the boards to Pettersson. Elias Pettersson back to Quinn Hughes. Pettersson, who has 2 points in this game, puts one in front, tipped in! 3 points for Elias Pettersson. Garland has a goal and an assist, and the Canucks are within one.
Ekholm biding his time. Wallman tried to go cross ice. That was broken up by Marcus Pettersson. Race for the puck. Kane won it. Centered. Besser scores. 1-0 Vancouver. Brock Besser. His 9th goal in his last 8 games against Edmonton. Cross ice. Pettersson juggled. Got it back. Loading up. No shot. Linus Karlsson. Garland. Hronek. Pettersson a one-timer and he scores. Pickard pushed off and could not recover as that shot wrong-footed him and went inside the left goal post.
Game versus the Flames. 400, sorry, selling them short. 400 goal opening night versus the Flames and continues to score.
Sherwood drag move and scores his second. Vancouver extends to a 3-1 lead, and this one will count. Sherwood gives way to Garland. Besser, snapshot, tipped home. Sherwood. Vancouver prevails. 4-3 in overtime.
As Carlson and Torpchenko ran into each other at the blue line. Kane has stayed on. He tried to one-hand that one in front. Puck is loose. Sherwood scores. Kiefer Sherwood has his 7th. And a bit of a scrambly play around the crease. He doesn't mind that one bit. He's tied the game at 1. Smart play by Torpchenko. Let it go. That allowed Broberg to skate onto the puck. But now the Canucks send it ahead. It's a breakaway. Kiefer Sherwood in on Binnington. He deets. He scores. Second of the game for Kiefer Sherwood. He's up to 8 on the year. And the Canucks for a second time have tied this game in St. Louis.
Oh, the energy man makes it count.
McEachern. Back comes O'Connor for Vancouver. Drop pass to Atu Ratu. Stick broke. Following up is Sherwood. He hit the post. Did it go in? Yes, it did. The referee says it's in, and it's a hat-trick goal for Kiefer Sherwood, who has all 3 for the Canucks in this game. Jake DeBrusk can end it here with a goal on Binnington. Scores! Jake DeBrusk in the shootout. See, Bouillon. Tarasenko missed the pass, and out come the Canucks. O'Connor to Arachi. Back to O'Connor. Far side. McEachern with a shot. They score on the rebound. O'Connor to the net. Mackenzie McEachern has his first point as a Vancouver Canuck on the first goal of the season for Drew O'Connor that ties the game at 1.
There's something about this building. There's a goal.
Right off the draw.
O'Connor.
So he gets 1 to break his goalless drought to start the season. Now he's got a couple. Sassone dumps the puck in, skates onto it himself, puts one across, and deflects back to Evander Kane. Near side. Baines to Hronek. Now Kane, one-timer, scores! There's one that'll count as Evander Kane ripped it home from about 50 feet. And the Canucks have tied the game and 1 on the power play. First penalty just about over. Besser try to pass for Pettersson. Now it gets through. It's a one-man advantage. Pettersson, Besser, across, deflected in. I don't know if DeBrusk got it or if it went off Shea, but I think it's Jake DeBrusk's goal. His third, all of them on power plays.
Had their top line out previous to this shift and had a couple of chances near the net, Stamkos, but now Canucks are taking things over again.
Wielander rushes the puck into the Nashville zone, puts it in front, chance for Besser, scores! Brock Besser. As the foray by Wielander gained the zone, he's got his first point on a goal by Brock Besser. And the Canucks have a 3-1 lead. Here's Hughes making a move. Spins back to the blue line. Quinn Hughes near side, angled in front, sent across, and an easy one for Kane. His second of the game as they set it up across the crease. And Evander Kane with 6 attackers on the ice restores the 2-goal lead. O'Reilly ties Pettersson up. Besser after the puck in the corner. Worked it free for Pettersson. Got it to Besser in front. Backhander scores! Brock Besser with a second to go. Besser beats Saros on the backhand. And the Canucks in the final second of overtime win 5-4. Joseph collects for Vancouver. Able to get it off the boards and ahead to Atu Ratu. He's 2-on-1 here with Brock Besser. Ratu shoots. He scores!
Back to the blue line. Then across to Hughes. 2 minutes left in the third, and they scores. Kane with a shot that finds the back of the net. With a minute 59 to go. And the Canucks with a spark of life.
Here's a lead pass for Atu Ratu. O'Connor into the middle. DeBrusk scores! Werenski's been out there a while. He's running out of gas. Hughes has it. Cutting across the slot. He shoots. Merzlikins to save. O'Connor scores! And then he gets cross-checked by Fabro. And Merzlikins is into it as well. Everything breaking loose after Drew O'Connor tied the game and Fabro cross-checked into the ice. Pettersson turning on the right wing boards. Elias Pettersson leaves for Tyler Myers. Nice move! Myers, backhander, stop! They score on the rebound! Connor Garland! Marchenko has 2 goals. He's got 4 career hat-tricks, including 1 this season. Here's a lead pass. It's Besser who's in. Brock Besser scores! Brock Besser with just under 6 minutes remaining, and the Canucks are back on top. Hughes turning with the puck. Nichushkin trying to stay with him. Here's Kane. Hronek towards the goal. Off Kane's glove. Jammed in. Linus Karlsson with his first of the season. Finally rewarded. Backhands one wide of the goal. Sherwood after the puck. He's taken out by Lehkonen as he tried to get in on the forecheck. Now he gets the puck right in front. Backhander scores! Number 10. Sends one around. The Canucks are going to chase after that. Here comes O'Connor with Sherwood. Drew O'Connor shoots. He scores! short-handed goal for Drew O'Connor, and he's tied the game at 3. Besser. Fake the pass to Hughes. Now he puts side of the net. Tipped in by Jake DeBrusk. The power play cashes in. DeBrusk has his 4th power play goal of the year. Ford checked by Sherwood, who was only credited with 1 hit the other night. You don't see that very often. Here's Kiefer Sherwood down to Quinn Hughes. Sherwood scores!
Pressured from up high and down below. You run out of room in a hurry. So what that's telling you is that puck's got to be moved quick.
DeBrusk shoots. He scores! Another power play goal for Jake DeBrusk, and the Canucks are on top. Checked. Canucks maintain control of the puck. Hughes. Elias Pettersson shoots. Besser scores! 90 seconds to go, and Brock Besser has the Canucks within a goal. Matt Sassone sends the puck ahead towards Linus Karlsson. There you see Mackenzie McEachern tripped up, and in is Sassone to the net. He scores! Max Sassone on the first shot of the game for the Canucks. And at 2:45 of the opening period, he has his 4th of the year to make it 1-0 Vancouver.
Didn't want to backhand it out and just kind of skated himself into trouble deeper in his own end.
Here's a turnover, and they score! Elias Pettersson with a short-handed goal. As he stole the puck and rifled it past Kochetkov. Missed the net. That broke the stick of the Carolina player. That's Keandre Miller having to defend without a stick. Canucks will try to take advantage. Besser across, they score! Connor Garland across the body. One-timer set up by Brock Besser. And Garland on the power play has given the Canucks a 3-2 lead. Down to Kiefer Sherwood, back up to Pettersson, quickly across to Hughes. Pettersson again, sidesteps his man, shoots, stop, rebound, they score! Jake DeBrusk, another power play goal. As the Pettersson shot provided the rebound that DeBrusk put home to get the Canucks on the board. Hughes takes his pass at the blue line. Besser, top of the circle. Tampa player trying to defend without a stick. It deflects in! Besser threw it on goal, and I think it hit the Tampa player Moser in front. It ricocheted in past Johansson, and the Canucks with a power play goal tied the game. Thrown around by the Lightning. Canucks get it back. Mackenzie McEachern gets it again. Backhands one, scores! A long-range backhander. Karlsson was in front as McEachern put it on goal. And the Canucks with a couple of quick ones have taken the lead here. Kane couldn't take the pass cleanly. Now he gets it back to Hronek. Near side to Hughes. Quinn Hughes moves to the middle. Tries a long wrist shot, tipped in! Canucks have another one. Again with traffic to the front and a long shot, and it's 4-2 Vancouver. Quinn Hughes goes round the net, comes out the far side, tees it up for Hronek. Tipped in! What is with these deflections? Long shot from Hronek. A 4th assist for Quinn Hughes. And the Canucks, on another goal by Mackenzie McEachern, it would appear, are up by 3. But now he's got 3 Lightning players on it. And taking the puck free is Hagel, puts it in front. Point couldn't get it to go. Canucks try to shop the empty net. Now Marcus Pettersson will as well, and there you go. The last team in the NHL to get one, according to DT. And the Canucks have a 6-2 lead here in Tampa. Canucks maintain control of the puck. Quinn Hughes tees it up. Myers had to reach for it. Put it off the target. Now O'Connor trying to pull it off the end boards, and he did! Bobrovsky thought he'd covered it, but it wound up free, and O'Connor was able to put it home to open the scoring.
He's finding a way to get it past goaltenders.
Now the Canucks to the power play. And they score! Jake DeBrusk. Who else? What a pass by Kiefer Sherwood. And the Canucks connect to double the lead as they get another one from DeBrusk with the man advantage.
Only mustered 1 goal there, and it was a bit of a grind for them.
Here come the Canucks with numbers. Evander Kane in on the right side. Centers. Pettersson scores. Elias Pettersson on a 3-man rush. Hughes to Kane to Pettersson, and the Canucks have their 3rd goal. And he'll kick it to his stick and skate forward, make a nice move, and feed across to Tom Wielander. He makes an equally nice play to Kiefer Sherwood, who's in on the right wing, centers the puck. Pettersson scores! Elias Pettersson with his second goal of the game as he backhanded that one off the post and in.
Florida got it right back out. You've got to gain the zone with speed and drive it deep like this.
Kane centered, Hronek scores! Three-way passing play moving in, and Phil Hronek took the cross-creased feed. Jamie Benn in his second game of the season after suffering a collapsed lung in the preseason. Linus Karlsson, and he scores! Hughes takes his pass, drags to the other side. Pettersson side of the net, stick handles in front. DeBrusk on the rebound, Sherwood as well. Pettersson banging away, scores! Around to Coronado in the near corner, looking in front. The pass was out of the reach of Rasmus Andersson. Here come the Canucks 2-on-1. Phil Hronek towards the net, slows, shoots, scores! Second goal in 3 games for Phil Hronek. His 8th goal of the year. Here's Hughes in, stopped by Wolf. He scores on his own rebound. A muted celebration from the Canuck captain. You can understand why, but he's got his team back within 3 with a power play goal.
Man, they've had a great start.
Here's Arshdeep Bains in with a little spin move. Now, nice spinning pass and a shot wide by Marcus Pettersson. Put in! Linus Karlsson at the side of the goal. Set up by Arshdeep Bains, who bought some space to get the puck to the line, and the Canucks open the scoring in Anaheim.
Their D are going to jump into the play as well, shorthanded.
Canucks win the draw, second unit power play out now. Wielander at the blue line, near side of Evander Kane. Wrist shot, scores! Kane puts it in. 4th of the year, his first in 9 games, and the Canucks on the power play make it 2-0. Garland takes the puck away after some good work by Wielander. Now Besser trying to get behind the defense. Brock Besser turns looking for help. Garland takes the pass. Nice move. Another one, and he scores. Connor Garland stick handling in a phone booth. And on the backhand, he puts the Canucks back up by 2.
This has been the best Canucks line tonight.
O'Connor wins the faceoff in place of Sassone. This line had a good shift last time. There's a puck to the net. Sherwood from the crease, put it home. I think Sassone might have tipped it initially. And Kiefer Sherwood, with his 13th of the year, makes it 4-3 Canucks. Here's Seneca, goalie heading to the bench. Ducks, 6 attackers. Pettersson, Sherwood, empty net. Instead it's O'Connor, scores! Drew O'Connor into the empty goal. His 7th of the year. And with 1:52 remaining, the Canucks make it 5-3. Drops for Garland. Wrist shot blocker saved by Askarov. Wielander drops back to Garland. Here's Besser in the slot. Wrist shot, scores! Only needed 1 chance to bury a goal in this one as Brock Besser opens the scoring. 4:28 in. Sends the puck around near side. DeBrusk takes Dickinson off the puck to allow it to escape the zone. Oh, what a play by Pettersson. Knocks it to himself. He's in. He's hooked. He scores while falling down. Elias Pettersson. What hand-eye coordination throughout that entire sequence, and he gives the Canucks a 2-1 lead. Drew O'Connor slid back a bit. Here's Clark with a long shot. Rebound. Perry ripped it wide. Canucks send the puck out, and here's Kane out of the box. Evander Kane scores. As the penalty expired, Kane took a lead pass at center.
That was against Florida in Florida.
Ratu, nice pass on the left wing. Arshdeep Bains centers. Karlsson scores! Linus Karlsson with a deep to the backhand. And the Canucks, a 3-way passing play off the rush, open the scoring here in Denver. Elias Pettersson ahead. Nice touch pass. Lekkerimäki to Ratu. Ratu in, cuts across. Shoots, scores! I think Arshdeep Bains tipped it.
Why hasn't our team done that?
Williams broken his stick here, and the Canucks try to take advantage. Here's a chance. Wielander shoots, he scores! Karlsson grabs the puck. It's the first career goal for Tom Wielander, and the Canucks have pulled even at 1.
They weren't very good in Calgary, but they've had a tremendous November.
They score! It's the other young defenseman. Elias Pettersson from long range.
Plenty of time to go get one. That scrum lasted forever.
2-on-1 Vancouver. Ratu with Sherwood. Out to Ratu, shoots, he scores! And Jake DeBrusk starts back, wants to start a change here, and he'll dump the puck in deep. Ballstead out of his net, doesn't know Ratu's there, he scores! Back to Hughes. Quinn Hughes to keeper Sherwood. Wrist shot off the right pad of Ryan Garland on the rebound. Sherwood backhander scores! Sherwood scores his first goal in 11 games. There's just too many Dave Tomlinsons with identical statistics.
Right.
Here's Max Sassone with a burst of speed through to the net, scores! Shades of Dave Tomlinson. Dishes one across. Jake DeBrusk had to take that off the boards. Now he passes down for Connor Garland. DeBrusk on the goal line, brings it in front, stop, and he scores on his own rebound. Jake DeBrusk ends his slump as he scores his first goal in 11 games. And guess what? It's on the power play. Canucks have a 1-0 lead. Garland stick handles in. Hooks one back. Bouillon with room. Zeev Bouillon centers, and that went off a devil in. Zeev Bouillon has his first goal as a Canuck to go with his assist as Brendan Dillon deflected that puck into his own net. That stung Brock Besser a little bit, but he's able to skate onto the puck. He'll want to get off the ice here. Feathers one ahead, so Evander Kane can skate on it, and Besser heads off. Here's Kane cutting in front, scores! Evander Kane came off the right wing boards, able to cut across the crease and beat Jonathan Quick to give the Canucks a 1-0 lead. And dumps the puck back the other way. Karlsson there to chop it past Gavrikov, and here's Ogren. Sassone racing to join him. Liam Ogren in with a wrist shot, scores! Trickled through the legs of Jonathan Quick, in off the post, and Liam Ogren has his first as a Canuck to make it 2-0. Panarin, wrist shot, Demko the save. Garland gets the puck, banks it to himself, and on the backhand he sends it all the way down towards the empty net. He scores! Connor Garland on the backhand from long distance, and he continues to pick up the points as he makes it 3-0 Vancouver with a shorthanded goal. Islanders come up with the puck. Mayfield's checked. Islanders appealing for a hand pass. Play goes on. Canucks at the puck aside. Camp scores! David Camp has his first with Vancouver. And the Canucks draw first blood just shy of the 9-minute mark of the opening period. Islanders looking to pressure again. Zizekas jammed that one through the crease, and now Kane will flip one to an open wing at center. Stolen by Sherwood, cutting in, he shoots, he scores! Kiefer Sherwood picked up the puck on the right wing and rifled it past Sorokin to make it 2-0 Canucks. Dylan Blugis is the man who waved Evander Kane out. Canucks control. Wielander, Hronek in front, Sherwood scores again! Second of the game, 15th of the season. Kiefer Sherwood on the power play, and it's 3-0. Pass off the skate, Shiver did well to take it, threw it in front, that deflected wide of the goal. Hronek to the loose puck, sends it ahead, Sherwood for the empty net. It's a natural hat trick for Kiefer Sherwood. Actually, it's not, because Lee scored. It's a hat trick for Kiefer Sherwood. How about that? 3 in a row for the Canucks, anyway.
It looks like one guy could get a great scoring chance. Instead, they're trying to go across the green near the front of the net, and it's just hitting something and not being connected.
Chance in front, Sassone scores! Max Sassone with 14 seconds remaining in the period. And the Canucks off a turnover and a setup in front have tied the game at 1.
To get his head up and see that there's a defenseman that was open, the pass just never got there.
Here's Kane in front, Karlsson scores! Swayman got caught under the net, and Linus Karlsson won't get an easier one in his life as Evander Kane set him up, and the Canucks on the power play take the lead. Here's a lead feed. Carlson was trying to find Rossi, but it was broken up by the Bruins. Now a chance for Carlson to skate onto the puck. Linus Carlson shoots, he scores! Linus Carlson over the arm of Swayman, and he's tied the game just shy of the 4-minute mark of the third.
He's got a very simple game. Forechecks hard, takes the body, likes to get into the hands when he hits, so there's a loose puck.
Here's a chance, and a shot tipped in, it's Ogren! Right on cue! As he deflected that Marcus Pettersson shot to give the Canucks a 4-3 lead. Liam Ogren scored in the third period. Scores in the shootout. Ogren with a deke to the backhand beat the poke check, and he gets the first goal of this tiebreak.
They'll play it around and back out.
It doesn't seem to be any relent here from the Philadelphia Flyers.
Here's a chance right out in front. They score! Access on. Set up beautifully by Connor Garland, and there's a lifeline here for Vancouver. They're down by 2.
On this road trip with no practice, no time for guys like this to get acquainted into the game and into the system.
Here's a chance out in front for Drew O'Connor. And he goes high on Vladar. And it's 5-2.
Evander Kane drops back. Phil Hronek. Other side, Connor Garland. Kane sneaking in backdoor. Pass in the crease. Carlson scores. Linus Carlson off a great feed from Connor Garland gets the Canucks on the board. Stick handles through traffic, turns back towards the blue line, tees one up for Hronek. His shot blocked, rebound, stop, and reaching back is Askarov, and the puck's over the line.
I think that's Rossi.
Sends the puck around for Tyler Toffoli, tried to go the other way, it's intercepted. Canucks are 2-on-1 shorthanded. O'Connor with Garland, Drew O'Connor, wrist shot, scores! The season for Drew O'Connor, his 9th overall. It's his 6th career fight, but 2 of them have been in this building. Here's a chance in front, they score! Linus Carlson.
Again, Carlson.
4th in 6 games. 9th of the year. They hit the referee in the corner.
It's McIsaac again. He's got to hate that corner, man.
Here's Kane. Across, Pettersson shoots, he scores! Elias Pettersson ripped that one over the left shoulder of Decord. The setup from Kane, and Pettersson with his 9th of the year ties the game at 2.
To the other side, here's Ogren, who scored that game winner on the backhand.
In on Decord. Scores! Liam Ogren does it again. So too does Kevin Lankinen. Lankinen is 17 for 17 on shootout stops this year. Camp in behind for O'Connor. Drew O'Connor turning on Cam York centers. They score! David Camp! Icing waved off here. Puck hooked in front. Camp took a swipe at it. Now they score! Drew O'Connor! He's up to 10 on the year. Turns and finds Sherwood off the bench. Keeper Sherwood shoots. Stop, rebound. Loose in front after O'Connor tried to go. Now Vilander scores. With 1:44 to go, Tom Vilander gets his 2nd career goal. Besser to Sherwood. Feeds back to Vilander into the middle. Here's Jake DeBrusk shooting, deflected, stop, rebound, Sherwood scores. Goal number 17 for Kiefer Sherwood. Canucks 1-for-1 with the man advantage. Had a couple of shots on their first opportunity. They set up here in the final minute of the second. Pettersson, Besser from the corner. In front, DeBrusk scores! DeBrusk bumps the slump. We'll try to keep pushing here. Hronek gathers the puck at center. Feeds over to DeBrusk, who's got a step undone. Now he turns, feeds back. Hronek, long shot, fought off, loose puck, they score! Linus Karlsson with his 10th of the year. On the backhand, he tucks it home, and the game is tied at 3. Good start for the Canucks here in the second period, trailing 1-0. Karlsson again. Phil Hronek puts one in front, tipped in by Elias Pettersson. Swayman doesn't like something. He was in conversation with referee Graham Skilliter.
Late against Seattle in the second period and found a way to capitalize.
William keeps the puck in. Here's Hronek. Centering, deflected in. It's Linus Karlsson. Wielander leaves for Brock Besser. Besser takes a look. Passes one through, chopped on goal, rebound, DeBrusk scores. So just as you said he'd like to, DeBrusk, who drew the double minor, scores on the power play. Kane tried a one-timer, fanned on it, goes after the puck again, it's loose in front, comes back to the blue line, Hronek taps it free, it's center for Pettersson, who turns, scores! Elias Pettersson up under the bar, beats Luukkonen, and with 4:44 to go, the Canucks are within 2. Back to Marcus Pettersson. Feeds Ogren, tried a wrist shot, gets it again, Liam Ogren shoots, and he scores! Put it through the legs of Luukkonen. The Canucks have another one. It's a 1-goal game with 4:05 to go. Kiefer Sherwood, puck knocked off his stick, but he's able to get it back to Besser. Makes a move down the boards, double teamed into the corner, goes the puck, Sherwood centers, DeBrusk scores! Jake DeBrusk, another power play goal. His 11th with the man advantage, 12th overall, and the Canucks have cut the lead in half.
He's always been sneaky. He's always a little bit of that, a lot of deception in his game.
Well, he really came into his own in Arizona under Rick Tocchet. Hronek, a tip chance. Dobish says no, the rebound. Elias Pettersson gets to it. And with 8:07 left to go in the first period, it's Vancouver that breaks the ice. Played out through the neutral zone and all the way back. Jacka. Up to Ratu. With a shot stopped by Dobish. The rebound, they score! Evander Kane in the right place at the right time. And the Canucks have a 2-1 lead. A chip by Gallagher. Good play by Joseph. Here come the Canucks. O'Connor through the middle. Out in front. They score! Max Sasson ties the game with 10:18 left in the second period. His last goal came in Philadelphia.
William looking up ice. Pass to Karlsson. He tips the puck into the Ottawa zone. Linus Karlsson saw him in the intermission with Olivia. Here's a turnover. Karlsson centers. Pettersson scores! Elias Pettersson off the setup from Linus Karlsson. And the Canucks are on the board here. 1:17 into the third. Brock Besser, great chance there to end his long goal drought, but Merzlikins challenge made the save. Besser again, scores! It's over. Brock Besser gets the goal he's been waiting for as he scores on the power play. It's his first in 22 games, and the Canucks are on the board. Winds up in the far corner. Nils Höglander's there, puts it behind the net, intercepted by Tony DeAngelo, who made a dangerous pass, and the Canucks get the puck back. Karlsson, Sasson, scores! Goal number 10 for Max Sasson. Just tried to go across for Kane. It comes back to Elias Pettersson. Loads up. Now can't. Elias Pettersson, one-timer. Tipped in. I think Kane got that one. Denied on the breakaway, but got the deflection in front, and Evander Kane makes it 2-1 Canucks. Canucks with the goalie at the bench. Pettersson shot stopped by Sorokin. Puck in the air, knocked to the blue line. Hronek keeps it in. Shoots, tipped in. Drew O'Connor in front, got his stick on it. And with 1:51 to go, the Canucks are within a goal. Owner of the longest active goal drought for a forward in the NHL. He's gone 89 games without scoring. Number 29 in white. Here's a steal by Camp. Besser scores! Nick Dowd wins it. Ferravari around for Protas. Puck took a weird hop. And the It's held in by DeBrusk. Kane from behind the net. Jammed in! Pedersen was in front, but I think it's an own goal that'll be credited to Evander Kane. Tom Wielander shoots the puck into the Washington zone. Messer after. Here's Camp. Centering. They score! O'Connor! Tried to put one in front. Blocked by Langton. Then it came through the crease. Wielander there to pick up the puck. He sends Hronek away. 2-on-1 with DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk. Hronek. Scores!
With the type of injury that Höglander had, but he's been way more active.
He's in with a wrist shot, knocked down, rebound, they score! Carlson! Pass it escaped, but just stayed onside. O'Connor breaks things up. Here he comes. 3-on-1 Canucks shorthanded. Drew O'Connor in. Blueger scores!
Shorty made it 3-2 before Connor Brown on the second of the double minor made it 4-2.
Blueger's 9th career point against the Devils. There's a save by Markstrom. Williams scores on his own rebound. Steve Williams followed his own shot to the net. Protects the puck. Gets it back to Williams. Filipino. Tom Wielander, long shot, kicked out. Besser scores! 72 seconds to go, and the Canucks are within one. Couldn't handle that pass. Pedersen moves back into the middle. Kane to the net. Evander Kane checked by Shea. Try to wrap around. Rebound. DeBrusk, another chance, and he scores on his own rebound. Bench reacted to that. Play goes on. Never got the shot through to the goal, but now he's got another opportunity. Garland. Hronek, a blast. Tipped in. DeBrusk down for Pedersen. They switch spots. Wielander, wrist shot, scores! Career goal for Tom Wielander, and the Canucks a minute 15 in take the lead. 4 of the power play personnel players have changed. Kane remains on. Pedersen, Hronek scores! One-timer from Phil Hronek. Elias Pettersson has his second point of the game, and the Canucks puts the puck to the corner into the second half of the third period. Nary a goal. DeBrusk keeps the puck, and he's got a teammate in front. O'Connor scores! Now we got a goal. Drew O'Connor, his 13th of the season, and with 9:42 to go, the Canucks open the scoring. Send it up the boards to Granlund. Here's Gauthier, 30 seconds left. Throws one in front. Intercepted. Empty net shot. He scored. Teddy Blueger. His 7th game of the season. He's got 4 goals.
Dumped in by Blueger. Back goes Rafai. He'll fire it around. Off the stick. Left down by Theo Joseph. Here's Lecker. Back. He scores. Snapped it past Wall for the icebreaker. Not worried about coming out of the lineup as much as has been the case in the past. Evander Kane back in, and the late man Wielander scores! Tom Wielander, and Vancouver regains the lead. Another quick response against a Leaf goal.
Instead, it's back into the Vancouver zone. Carcone centers, intercepted by the other number 53, Blueger. And here come the Canucks. Ogren going to the net, takes the pass from Garland. Liam Ogren scores! Put it glove side past Vejmelka. The setup from Connor Garland. And Liam Ogren. Little stutter step on the near side. Blueger back to Marcus Pettersson. Feeds one to the side of the goal. Glove down by Garland. Centers. Blueger scores. Teddy Blueger took that beautiful pass from Garland and put it past Vamelka to get the Canucks' second goal of the game. Ben Hutton down from the blue line to try to keep it alive. Blueger, though, ahead. Here's Ogren. One-on-one on Korzak. Ogren across. Elias Pettersson scores! Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, jumped up in the rush, took the pass from Ogren, and just like that, the Canucks are back within one. Ogren throws a hit, creates a turnover. Theo Joseph fakes the shot, lets it go, he scores! Got that one. Schmidt robbed him earlier, but Theo Joseph has his first as a Canuck. Into the corner, cut off by Stanley. And Logan Stanley can't move it past the birthday boy. Here's O'Connor shooting, scores! First shot of the game for the Canucks, and O'Connor snuck it through the legs of Comrie to make it 1-0.
A couple of seasons ago, and we were talking about trade deadline deals. Any team would love to have a guy like that. Kane scores. Good call.
Evander Kane right off the draw. Clean face-off win for Elias Pettersson. Ogren at center. William lets it go through to Connor Garland. Down the right wing. Garland centering pass. Comes back to Ogren. Hard shot tipped in. I don't know if it hit Blueger in front. DeCord is arguing, pointing at Blueger. Maybe he thought he was interfered with, but Ogren put it on net. It found its way in. Johnston, one of 3 Dallas Stars with 60 or more points. The others are Jason Robertson and the injured Mikko Rantanen. Here's Jake DeBrusk moving over to a shot. Rebound. Kane. Near side, Brock Besser. Hronek, DeBrusk, and back to Hronek. DeBrusk. Elias Pettersson down low. Puck center to 50. To Brock Besser, but the puck deflected in off a Carolina player. Linus Karlsson, who gets it ahead to O'Connor. He's breaking on the left wing. Drew O'Connor shoots off the shoulder of Bussey. O'Connor came on to replace Sassone. Now Hronek with a shot. He scores! 2 goals in 44 seconds as Phil Hronek gives the Canucks the lead. Marco Rossi looking across, feeds Hronek. Rossi again, Hronek. Rossi with room across, Besser scores! Hurricanes scored 4 in a row in the second before the late goal on the 2-man advantage by Besser. Here's Pettersson across, they score! Nils Hoglander has his first. Hoglander just shy of the 7-minute mark of the third, and it's a 1-goal game. Canucks trying to keep the puck in the Chicago zone. Kane to the blue line. Here's Wielander in front, tipped in. Drew O'Connor in front. Goal number 15. He's one off his career high as O'Connor ties the game in 1.
Feels pretty good when you get a scoring chance first time that puck comes your way.
Here's Bouillon with a shot, scores! Jake DeBrusk might have tipped that one as the Canucks get another goal and take a 2-1 lead with DeBrusk tipping the Bouillon shot past Soderblom. Pretty prominent start to this game. Here he comes again. Max Sassone throws on the brakes, feeds one back. Marcus Pettersson on the backhand, puts one to the crease, and it's put into the goal by Teddy Blueger. Marcus Pettersson has his second assist of the period, as Teddy Blueger finished that one off to make it 3-1 Canucks. And reacting well was Tolopilo to make the save. Marco Rossi skates back in. Now Karlsson tried to center that, deflected, swatted in by Brock Besser out of midair. As spring training continues and the World Baseball Classic is upon us, Besser bunted that one in, and the Canucks are ahead on the power play. Teravainen. And getting a stick on that was Sassone. Chips it ahead. He's got good wheels. Max Sassone, empty net, scores. His 11th of the season. 9 of them are on the road. And Sassone puts the Canucks up by 2. Hawks looking for a late one to try to make it interesting. Hronek able to break that up. Besser gets the puck. He'll take a bid for the empty net. He's got his second of the game. 3 goals in the last 2 for Brock Besser as he scores from long range. In the Here's Tom Milan. Teddy Bluger. Max Sassone moves it with a drop pass. Linus Karlsson. Wrist shot. Scores! Karlsson up over the right shoulder of Connor Hellebuck. And the Vancouver Canucks for the second straight night have scored on their first shot of the game. Bluger had the second assist on the Canucks goal in the first period. Here's Karlsson centering. Bluger, and Ogren scores! Liam Ogren one-time that pass in front. 34 seconds into the third, and the Canucks have their second lead. Into the corner for Rossi. Gloves it down. Double team. He gets the puck onto the stick of Ogren. Back to Hronek with room. Moves to the middle with a long wrist shot. Tipped in! Rossi! Has room to skate at center. Tried to wrist one on goal. That didn't get through. Rossi after the loose puck. Now Ogren. Rossi scores! Besser loads up, shoots, and that went off O'Connor and into the corner. Besser again. Hronek shoots, he scores! 1 minute to go, and Phil Hronek has pulled the Canucks even. Yes, he does. McCann moves it to the Vancouver zone. O'Connor, lead pass, breakaway. Evander Kane in, scores! Feathers a pass to Bouillon with 30 seconds now to go. Lead feed, here's Ogren. Behind the defense, in on goal, stopped by Grubauer. As Ogren tried to make a quick play, now it comes to Rossi, who scores! From a Seattle standpoint, like the crisis had been averted. Try to pass down low, broken up, cleared to the line, gloved down by Phil Hronek. Here's Rossi. Brock Besser. Marco Rossi moving down from the left point, across to Pedersen, who scores! The drought is done. First in 21 for Elias Pettersson, and the Canucks have the lead. Marco Rossi, Elias Pettersson. Here's Besser, side of the goal. Pettersson with room. Shoots. Deflected in. Second of the night. 200th goal of his career.
As they usually are. They've turned the puck over a multitude of times, and Vancouver's taken advantage of it for some good chances.
Here's Rossi all alone in front. He scores! There's another one. He had no one near him. Back came Hinostroza to get the puck out of danger. Kept in by Elias Pettersson, down for Evander Kane. Puts one in front, and Rossi scores! Comes to an end. Kachuk back onto the ice. Canucks are now 2 for 4 with the power play. Got one shot on goal. Now when he's a centering pass, O'Connor scores! He's matched his career high with goal number 16. But the Canucks get the puck onto the stick of Marco Rossi. Here's Brock Besser. Into the middle. Ogren shoots, he scores! We are old.
Weekend afternoon.
Radish mishandled, and Rossi, they put it on the rebound. Linus Karlsson. Unforced error by the Lightning. Phil Hronek, hard pass to Elias Pettersson. Pressured by Broberg, gets it through to Hronek, tipped in! I think he went in off Logan May's stick in front. Hronek to the blue line, Pettersson wanted it in the wheelhouse, now he gets another pass from Hronek. Elias Pettersson, side of the net, DeBrusk scores! Ryan Poehling has lost his skate blade making that block. Trying to stay on his feet. Hronek, Besser scores! Poehling was helpless without the blade of his right skate. Came against the Canucks as a member of Minnesota. Here's Evander Kane into the Duck zone. He shoots. Rebound. O'Connor scores! A new career high for Drew O'Connor. 17th of the year, and the game's all even at 3.
Ball. Played it up some equipment, and Carlson turns it around quickly. Carlson across, and they score. Ogren slides it through. And he'll find a goal for Vancouver. On a 2-on-1 setup. It was handed a baton from Sharangovich. Now Besser shoots, and I think that went off the shaft of Wolf sticking out. Hronek. So Sharangovich up top, can't defend against that shot as Besser scores on the power play.
Well, Besser's got such a terrific release, and
Hoglander hit the officials. He went after that puck. That was a hard collision in the corner. Booyah, tail into the power play. Tip, Hoglander scores. What a shift. A hit and a goal from Hoglander.
Under 8 minutes remaining in the first period. Puck thrown in front again. Lauzon poked at it. Now it's a 2-on-1 for Vancouver. DeBrusk with Kane. Jake DeBrusk. Evander Kane beats. He scores! The second Canuck to score a goal. Wearing a Vancouver uniform in his 1000th game. Marcus Naslund the other to do it. And Evander Kane has opened the scoring here in Vegas. Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser to Pettersson again. Back to Hronek with room. Long wrist shot again. Tip, and this time in by Besser. Brock Besser with his 79th career power play goal ties Todd Bertuzzi on the Canucks all-time list. 5th place. And Vancouver's back on top. Throwback Nordique uniforms to this one. Phil Hronek has the puck. It's off an Avalanche stick, right onto a Canuck stick, and they score! Just 29 seconds in, Max Sassone cutting it off the left wing. And Sassone makes it 1-0 Vancouver in the opening minute. HSM with a pass to Nazem Kadri had a couple power play goals in the 9-2 win against his former team. Here's Ogren shorthanded now, cutting with Bluger. Bluger shoots, he scores! 3rd shorthanded goal of the year for Teddy Bluger. And the Canucks have retaken the lead here in Denver. For tripping Sassone at center. Pass to the near side for Elias Pettersson. Now he centers, it's in! Jake DeBrusk poked it in from the crease. And another power play goal for DeBrusk puts Vancouver up 3-1. And Max Sassone to open the scoring in this one. Brings the puck ahead. 2 teammates with him. Sassone, Bluger to the net. And he scores! Teddy Bluger with his 2nd of the game. As he took that beautiful pass from Max Sassone. And deep to the forehand to make it 4-2 Canucks. Here's Rossi spinning the puck ahead. Gets to it himself. Trying to fight off the check of Parker Kelly. Here's Wielander. Centers. Besser scores. Set up with a wide open net by Tom Wielander. And Brock Besser has put the Canucks up by 3. Looks in front. It's a backhand away. Stopped by Lankin. And the Canucks. O'Connor sends the puck ahead to Brock Besser, who crisscrosses at the line with Rossi. Besser shoots, scores! Brock Besser from distance beats Mackenzie Blackwood with his 2nd goal in a row. He's got his 20th of the year.
The Avs woke up after that 6-2 goal, and well, the Canucks have played a really good game here. Now you're struggling for your life.
Here's Besser and a shot. Score! Marcus Pettersson, just his 2nd of the season. Besser set him up. And the Canucks answer right back as Marcus Pettersson makes it 7-6. Minute 35 to go. McKinnon Tried to get a shot through. Blocked. Brock Boeser might take a look at the empty net for the hat trick. Scores! Brock Boeser into the empty goal from long range. He has his 7th career hat trick. And the Canucks are back up by 2 with 1:29 to go.
University hockey here in Minnesota at the University of Minnesota.
Let's go with a wrist shot. Wide rebound. Wielander scores. Blueger's shot went wide, but Wielander took it off the end boards and put it home. And the Canucks in the 4-on-4 tie the game, and they're 8 seconds away from going on the power play. Down to Boeser. Now Marco Rossi to Phil Hronek. DeBrusk to Pettersson, Hronek, and DeBrusk scores on the rebound. The first shot hit the crossbar. I don't think it went in, but DeBrusk got a midair, poked it home. He's got another goal. He's got another on the power play, and the Canucks have the lead. Carlson lifted the stick of Dylan Gunther. P.O. Joseph moves down to the left point. Logan Cooley had that one hop over his stick. It's Carlson with a backhander. He scores. That puck took a Canuck bounce. Teams are back to full strength. Oh, man. That one attempted to go in off the back of the goaltender. Now a shot tipped in. It's Carlson again. Out of the box and back onto the score sheet as he deflected that puck down. And here's Marco Rossi as the Canucks try to set up the power play here. And the puck kept in. Hronek, long shot, tipped in by Jake DeBrusk. Hronek has the puck. Here's Rossi. Works his way across the blue line. Tipped in by Boeser. Carlson. Springs Blueger. Here's Sassone. Wrist shot. Scores! #13th of the year for Max Sassone. Here's Marcus Pettersson wristing the puck into the Kings zone. Dumoulin pressured by Rossi. Puck comes free to Boeser. Dishes off. Marcus Pettersson shoots off a skate and in. Rossi was going to the net with Dumoulin. I'm not sure who it hit. Intercepting is Victor Mancini, who wrists the puck around and winds up icing it. Except the Canucks are ahead of the race. And Carlos Askarov, they score. The net was off, but the puck clearly went in. They have to count this, I think, as Marco Rossi got to that loose puck. Hronek with room. To the side. Now Pettersson. Hronek shoots. Knocked down. DeBrusk scores on the rebound. There's number 20. And his 17th on the power play. As Jake DeBrusk ties the game at 2. Down to 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Vincent Desharnais. Puck comes free to Carlson in front. Poke check. Rebound. They score. Teddy Blueger wristed it in. Past Askarov with 1 second remaining in the power play. And with 3 minutes to go in the third, the Canucks have pulled even at 3. Second career shutout attempt for Linus Karlsson. The latest bid for the Canucks to end this game. Scores! Put it bar down. And Karlsson in round number 6 wins it for Vancouver. As the Canucks in a shootout take this game they never led 4-3. Mueller through center with speed. Cuts to the middle of the Anaheim zone. Now leaves the puck to the line. Kudryavtsev long shots behind the goaltender. And there's the first career goal for Curtis Douglas. Johnny on the spot to tap that puck in. Douglas has his first in the National Hockey League. And the Canucks have tied the game at 1. He centers. DeBrusk couldn't get a shot away. Canucks maintain control. Rossi. Hronek. Rossi, top of the circle. Wrist shot deflected in. Jake DeBrusk might have got it, unless it hit an Anaheim stick. But I think DeBrusk has another one on the power play. 35 seconds gone in the penalty to O'Connor. And a good job there by Brock Boeser to poke the puck out. Trying to get away from John Carlson. Boeser in, Deeks scores! Brock Boeser with a short-handed goal. And the Canucks lead by 2 here in Anaheim. Here's Bruin again, a dozen seconds to go in overtime. Bullion, Marco Rossi scores! Rossi with 9.5 seconds left, able to get that one past Dostal along the ice. And the Canucks delay Anaheim clinching a playoff spot for at least one more day as the Canucks win 4-3 in overtime.
Elias Pettersson tried a shot off the face-off. That was blocked by Jared Wright. Now Rossi cuts in front. Feeds one back. Elias Pettersson shoots. He scores!
The goalie that Brock beat for his first career goal. Now he makes another save. Loose puck in front, jammed on goal. It's in! I think it's DeBrusk again. Into the middle for Pettersson. Bullion coming off the boards. Höglander side of the net. Centers. Bullion scores! Some point to Nils Höglander. That was a perfect give and go, and the Canucks have tied the game at 3. Fan on his first pass, but he still has the puck. Leaves for Pettersson. Tried to go back to DeBrusk. Now Pettersson after the puck. DeBrusk scores!
Rasovic trying to get his stick on it. That's going to be handled by Lankinen, twisted off the glass. Ratu to the middle of the ice. And Curtis Douglas just got his first NHL goal. A pass right on target. Score! And Vancouver cuts Edmonton's lead in half. There's the first NHL goal for Edmonton's own time